But you never know that you could. And when you feel that way, ain't it good, good dancing in the red and gold. Dancing in the red and gold.
Good evening, faithful. This is the 49er Faithful UK live draft show because it's Monday, but it is draft week. And John and Kyle, where would they be without our considered guidance? So we need to help them get those all-important picks right this year. So we're going to do a live draft of our own. What could go wrong as we start 13 minutes late? But there we are. That's it. We have a draft room full of the best brain trust the 49er Faithful UK can muster. It is Paul Hope.
What's up, Faithful?
It's Nadgy Khirat.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
And do we have someone else lurking in the green room? Or has he lurked off due to technical issues?
Yeah, so Neil's just dropped me a message. I'm going to try and talk to him. So Neil Graham was due to join us tonight. We do use StreamYard for our podcasting. And I found this out the hard way. And actually, the first live YouTube show I did, I tried to join with a fancy iPad. And for whatever reason, StreamYard lets you do it on your phone, but doesn't let you do it on an iPad. So I think Neil is going to see whether he can sort it out. But at the moment, it might just be the three of us, I'm afraid. So I hope you've done your homework, Mr. Ellis. So I know Neil had done his homework.
None at all. I was relying entirely on Neil. So hopefully he will be able to get the tech sorted as soon as he can. But we've got someone joined us in the live chat who looks somewhat shifty. I don't usually say that about our audience, but I will for this particular guy.
Yeah, Costas Gaulanas. I hope he's going to put his hand in his pocket with the super chats. I mean, I mean, to be fair, Nadgy, I think he's missed the memo because it's not my president, which we'll get into later, won't we, Nadgy?
We will.
Anyway,
will.
These sort of trolls always come out, so I think we can ignore that one for the rest of the show. So, lads, I think we are on the clock already because we are running a little bit late. Have you actually got a post-it note written like I suggested?
No, I didn't.
Oh, Nadgy.
Busy. It's half term.
There we go.
Almost finished, but
never mind. Well, there we go.
I know the pick. It's there's only one name.
There's only one name. There's only one name. Well, I think we probably know what pick you're going to have on your list. I've not actually got players' names because I thought that would be a bit unfair since I'm acting GM. But I have got what I want to get out of the draft.
Oh, okay.
So that's what we're getting. And any arguments, you can just shut up and let me do my job.
Oh, thanks, Campbell. That hurts a bit. It's very true, though.
That's true.
Very funny. Well done.
I'd like to think it was done on purpose, Gareth, but I can assure you, Campbell, we're not that organised, we're not that slick, and it isn't well-oiled.
No.
At least we don't have that horrific little jingle when they have the draft pick in. You know the one?
Oh, yeah.
The little, the terrible jingle. Anyway, should we get the draft board up? Should we see what's there?
Let's do it.
There we go. So
we go. So we're not on the clock. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock, but I can start this, and then it'll pause when it gets to us.
Run it through.
And then we can Travis Hunter, Carter, Mambu, Graham, Barron, Campbell. Well, we're on. Oh my God! Oh my God!
So who is left available then?
Oh,
Genty? That's unusual.
Genty? Are you 11?
And scroll down a little bit if you can past Macmillan.
So we have Kelvin Vance is. I like this one. It gives you suggestions. It's pretty cool. Basically, it's telling us to go OT or edge, but Ashton Genty is on the board.
I know who Costas would want. He's a Mike Green, no matter what. Dependent on your content creator of choice. I've seen a few people with Kelvin Banks Jr., Shamar Stewart. I know Larry Kruger's quite high on him. He seems to be the one, Nadgy, that you either love him or you hate him. So he seems to be good at generating the pressure but not getting home.
not finishing. Yeah,
Don't know whether that's what I would want to see, but
I've
just,
got
you know,
concerns about both of those, Stuart.
yeah,
and
me
Queenie.
too. Marshall isn't necessarily the best scorer and the best talent he's faced. It's not to say that he won't be a good player in the NFL. It's just the ability to translate from college to at that position you can usually see. And I, it's hard to see somebody going to Marshall and playing against second rank offense being you know what I mean. There's a chance it's not actually that good. That's the thing. And yeah, I'm a bit.
Is anyone offering us anything for that particular pick? Is that how this draft sim works?
Let's take some trade. Arizona. We could trade with Arizona. Arizona is willing to listen. Apparently.
Anyone else? Can you
Oh,
drop down from Arizona? Are they the only one?
They're the only one. They're the only one.
Really? They're the only one.
So there is a lot of people, Gareth, who are in the camp of trade back. So you talked about names. Derek Harmon is one that I like. Some people would trade out of 11 to get those draft picks, Nadgy. But there's a lot of love in the chat. Nadgy Ty Alston knows you're in charge of the big wheel. And he's saying, be bold, Nadgy. Be bold.
So it's pretty good that this has happened. Because it does beg the question, and I'm going to ask the chat, because let's not forget Tyler Warren's also available at number 9 here, and George Kittle isn't getting any younger. But I would absolutely trade back in a heartbeat here. I agree with Luke. However, this is Ashton Genty we're talking about.
He is not on my list as we need some starters. We need day one starters, and running back is not a position where we need to get a day one starter. Out of who is available, the only guy I would take is Mikael Williams if we couldn't trade back.
And to be fair, Nadgy, sorry to interrupt there, Chapman did his mock draft earlier, and they only went off players the Niners had met with, the top 30 visits.
Yeah.
And Genty's not on that list because I don't think they're expecting him to drop.
They did not expect him to drop.
So
I think 16 is a little. It's a little far.
We could try. I think we could try and trade with Arizona and get quite a lot for it, and then we can see what's left. But that does mean.
I'm expecting 47 to go with.
There's also the
16.
If we trade with Arizona, we have to face Ashton Genty twice a year for the next 5 years. Do you really want to do this? That's the question. I don't personally. I would rather have him on my team.
I usually have, even on the mocks, I have an aversion to trading with anyone in our division and the Cowboys. However, I wouldn't trade with the Rams or the Seahawks because I trust them to draft quite well.
Yeah, true.
I would trade with the Cowboys or the Cardinals because I trust them to fluff the pick.
Fair enough. Right, should we trade back? Should we try and trade back?
Let's trade back. I think was there any guy that you wanted to pick there at 11? Because I would have taken Membo, I think, at 11. And I think maybe Mikael Williams might still be there at 16. Maybe.
Well, I was just checking. So before you select the pick, Campbell had put a very good post in the group yesterday about his thoughts on what we should do here. And I was cheeky, Nadgy. I did reply and say, my thoughts would be aired live at 8 p.m. today. So it's good to see Campbell in the chat. Yeah, it's an interesting one because all jokes aside, we're not taking Scatterbo at 11. That would be class just for the content if Nadgy did. And Gowland's
we should definitely do that.
Yeah.
But,
no, can we check punters, please?
Can we check punters? I don't know how punters. There we go. James Burnett.
So Luke Walsh
is available.
330. We could jump ahead.
We could.
So Walsh is on the same pad as you. He'd take Membo at 11.
Yeah,
Ty Alston.
Membo's gone. There's only a couple of guys that I would have taken at 11.
So what we want really is this or this, which Derek Harmon is available. I feel we should trade back. Let's trade back and see what.
Are we able? So you're definitely under that drop down box. You can't find another team below Arizona.
Oh yeah, we can. Well, let's trade back with Indiana.
Hey! Breaking news. Chris Woods. If we take Scatterbo now, He'll get a tattoo of Lee Gowan's choice. There's your content. I mean, Harmon, I was all set on him, Gareth, but when I was watching Chapman's show earlier, someone in the chat had said that apparently there's some concerns health-wise with Harmon. Now, I haven't seen that. I haven't done the deep dive yet, but I think he would be a reach at 11. So I'd be happy to take the gamble, Nadgy, of trading back now, getting some more picks, and then seeing if he's there later on.
Oh, so I've fluffed it. They don't want this unless we give them that one, that one, that one. Let's not trade with Indiana.
Yeah, well, I don't
Miami?
know whether the intelligence in it will allow these sort of things, but I was looking at who is desperately short of draft picks, and there's people like the Vikings have only got like 4 picks.
Oh, okay. We could. This
I
is
wonder
weird.
if but they'll probably want to trade back, wouldn't they?
Oh,
rather
here
than
we go.
trade
Here
up.
we go. There we
So
go.
who's next after us? Who's picking after us, Nadgy?
The Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
So if we don't take Genty now, would they take him? Because I know you were
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing we have to kind of consider is who do we give this pick to? Who do we give Ashton Genty to? That's the question, really. And I don't mind him going to Miami. It's got just let him go to the AFC. Go to the AFC.
See what we can get out of McDaniel. He needs it. He is definitely on the hot seat this year.
So Chris Wood has said unless Mason Graham, Membu, or Campbell felt was at 11, there were his 3. He's trading out of the 11th pick.
We could. That's not a lot though. Swap pick. That's not good.
Yeah, I'd like to keep 43 if possible. Could we get 98 instead of?
There we go. Get an extra third. That would be accepted.
There we go.
Happy with that?
Well, as the chat happy with this before you execute this? So
Nadgy's got an offer on 7th in there as well. Let's get 7th. Well, I'm going to click
trade it. Trade it.
We have traded the pick, and Ashton Genty is still available. This is ridiculous.
Who did they take?
They, I don't know. They took.
You can't see back.
No, that's a bit annoying, actually.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. It's not real. Did they take Mikael Williams?
They might have done, yeah. No, he's here still. He's still available. God, this is.
I think everything that I've seen is a deep DT class, and we could perhaps pick them up later. I think Edge is going to be premium, and I'm not convinced on Stewart or Green, so I would like to go for Mikael Williams, unless you two want to veto me.
Oh, I'm definitely not taking Williams here. There's no way. No.
So where are we picking now? 13th now.
13th, and Ashton Genty is still on the board. We're gonna have to.
Oh, of course, with the
yeah. Why not? Let's be different. This would be where most of the content creators would take Mikael Williams here, but Nadgy is our certified running back expert. It's not Cam Scatterbo, but maybe we go 1-2. Maybe we go 2 running backs to start.
That is the problem. If we take
you ain't getting
now,
Scatterbo.
we're not getting Scatterbo later. So, compromise. Shall we pick Tyler Warren? And then we have a replacement for George Kittle.
Whoa. Don't be mentioning words like replacement for Club 85 just yet, Nadgy. I know what you're saying.
He's not on my list of day one starters. We do need defensive line. We need defensive line.
We do need tight end. I mean, we could try and... Where's Portland Green?
Costas would like to know, because let's have a little look.
I have heard off
Genty
field.
is the pick. I agree, Ty. I think Genty is the pick.
Go on, Nadgy, do it. Just do Genty. Go on. Let's see what happens. Let's be different.
B plus. Crazy.
Ty Alston.
This is why I get voted out.
Yeah.
I've just lost my job thanks to you, Nadgy.
I mean, it's Ashton Genty, for God's sakes. All right, we're coming up.
Go bold or go home, Gareth. That's what Ty Olsen said. Nadgy took the bait. So what can we do?
There we go. We pick Genty.
He's gonna get 3 carries in 2 seasons and then released.
No, he's gonna make us release CMC. That guy is insane.
Okay, what have we got at 48?
Well, we got at 48. So
Nick Scorton?
Donovan Jackson is available. We do need O-line. And then Jackson is available. That's a bit of a reach, but
It is. And we've got another pick. We've got a pick 75.
75. Yeah.
From
I saw
Nadgy's
Luke
burner
asked
account.
what we got. Yeah, I mean, swapping 43 for 48 isn't too bad, and we got an extra third round, so
Yeah.
we got 98 in that trade essentially. So
Do you have any preference out of those top two on the board, Jackson or Scorton? Because both seem pretty good value at pick 48.
I agree. I think Donovan Jackson is probably needed.
I think we need
more
edge.
than we do need edge. That's true. I'm not sure about Scorton. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't heard his name a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I don't mind. I think either way,
we
here
could
is
annoy
is a good
everyone
pick.
else and take Jalen Milrow as
Jalen
well,
Milrow,
along with Ashton Genty, and just ruin everyone else's draft just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
There we are.
Yeah.
So-
See. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely agree.
So
I
Campbell
reckon
says edge.
Oh,
Right. Let's have some. Let's have the chat decide.
so Campbell, let's put edge over.
Edge would
Interior.
be people have got to desperately outvote me to not go for edge, because I think the day one impact edge rushers, he's probably going to be one of the last. They don't usually last deep into the second round, unless of course you find a gem.
Yeah, this is why you pick Genty. But by the way, we lost Mason, so that would actually make me quite happy if we had Genty. You know.
I mean,
tell us in the chat. Should we go edge or line?
So Campbell's put there
Let's
that
go
Scorton
Scorton.
would be good value at 48. To be fair, Nadgy, we did overrule Gareth. So we like to be fair on this show. So we had our pick in the first round. So Gareth,
I let you. Well, Nadgy's got the button, so I didn't really get a choice, did I? So, but we're going edge, because I have my list of and that's on it. We need a day one starter on the edge.
There we go. We have drafted Nis Corton. Next pick is 75. So we can see what's. Trade offers.
No,
okay,
that's terrible. That one.
That is,
162.
the Jets can do one.
Yeah,
No
they're not
thanks.
having that.
The Lions.
130 is too far back.
130, but it's a next year's round 3 as well. So we
next year's next year.
Okay.
If we don't nail this one, we're out of a job for next year. So I'm not interested in
sounds good to me.
amassing draft picks for my replacement.
Yeah, we're not trading this to Dallas. They can stuff it.
Nah.
You're going to finish.
75. Who's left that people are desperate at 75?
Oh, God, the Eagles.
Well, 90, because so long as it's a top 100 pick.
So at 75, is Charles Grant still available, or has he gone?
Well, there's 54, 55, 62. Who's there?
Charles
Sanders,
Grant.
Quinshawn Judkins, Tyler Shaw. That's who they're after, isn't it?
Oh, there was a name that Gowland was after as well.
Yeah,
and he's not here, so unlucky
Never
there.
Ooh, there we go. Harold Fanning Jr. is here, 76.
So if Costas has got no internet, he's probably screaming that into the sea at the moment.
So these are the D-line left.
Ty Alston's here for chaos. Long snapper of the future at 75.
Good.
Here
we like the way you think, Ty.
O-line that are left.
Yeah,
So,
I've got no. Have a look at defensive tackle and O-line. Who is left? If there's
Defensive
not someone we're desperate to pick at, as long as I get another top 100 pick, I'm prepared to let 75 go.
Charles Grant was my pick at 75 when I was preparing
Norman
for this.
Lott, I've heard quite a lot of
Norman
things
Lott,
about.
pretty good player. TJ Sanders is a good player too. Just had a bad year, I think. Joshua Farmer is the same. Like the Florida State was terrible last year, but I think he's a good player. We could just take this insane offer from the Eagles, and then we've got so many picks. This is ridiculous.
We're clearing out because I'd then see if we could trade that 96 back up
So
Okay.
Luke Walsh
and pick
believes we should
again.
consider. So yeah, I agree with that.
Should we take this? Is that what you want
Yeah.
to do?
That seems too
accept.
good to refuse.
But what I've done is I've paused the draft so we can try and trade back up if you want. Because now we're at 96.
We've got 96 and 98. Is that who's left still?
That is who's left still, yes.
Well, we need interior O line and a defensive tackle with those next two picks.
Okay.
I think.
So Charles Grant is still there. He was my pick on the interior, and then there was the other defensive line. So it just depends which way you want to go here. That's all.
So we have so much picks here in the fourth: 134, 135, 138, 147. All of this. We can package this, try and go back
into the top 150. I would be happy with that. We need those starters. And now we've wasted a pick on a running back. Sorry, invested a pick on a running back.
Shall we try 98 to try and get
No.
back up, or would you like to trade a package?
Oh, sorry, it's not a pick 96 at the moment.
No. I've paused it to see if we want to trade back up
see.
into the
Let's see
70s.
what are we on now? Well, this is Philadelphia's pick though, isn't it? Next.
Yes, that we just traded.
Okay, let me see. So who is picking around? Where do we want to try and hit? 85? So let's see who's left. Who might be left? Who has Seahawks at 82, Bengals 81, Colts at 80, Texans.
We can try the Bengals 82.
Or we got Bucks, Broncos, Chargers 86.
Could try that. That's 10 spots ahead. Well, 12 spots.
Let's try that. Let's see what we could get out of the Chargers. It's AFC.
Chargers.
So Lendog's not a fan of us continually trading out. He reckons we're chasing. Steve O Supremo says you've got more picks than the 53-man roster.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
So, all right, let's give these two picks. Maybe these two picks and 100. Nah.
No, let's see. Maybe they're not a good one because they've got plenty of picks. What we want is a team that doesn't have that many picks. Try the Broncos at 85.
Broncos.
I don't know how much they've got. They've had enough of our players. So yeah, they've
they
only
don't have
got
much. Yeah.
Yeah, they might want a pick in. They might want to change that 85 into a couple of others.
100. Oh, so close. This we're gonna have to give.
Yeah, well, chuck some change in.
So yeah, let's give this. Oh, that does nothing. Let's give a fifth.
Yeah, that'll probably do nothing either.
And there we go. You happy with that?
100 and 134 and 165 for
or 85.
85.
Yeah.
Yeah, what can we get? 113.
That's not unless we do this.
I'd like to keep 100. 113.
This and then this. There we go. 2 fifth and 2 fourth.
Yeah, that'll
Let's do it. Done. Jenkins is gone. All right, we're coming up after Tampa. No.
No, the Chargers were now the Chargers. But that's actually that was to go back one spot.
Yeah, I know, but people are gonna lose interest. This is boring. All right.
Yeah. I keep forgetting.
We got Marcus Embo at 70, ranked 77, or we can go Norman Lott.
I'd be happy with Norman Lott, and then
Tyler Soule, Demetrius Knight is still there. Jordan Birch is still there. I don't think.
With some of these guys, we've got 4 more picks before 100. So
yeah. So where are we gonna go?
O-line.
O-line.
Top O-line. Is your Charles Cross still available?
Oh, Charles Grant is still there.
Yeah.
How's he gone?
Yeah. So this is interior. No, sorry, tackles. It clearly says it there. If we want to go tackles, or if we want to go interior, Charles Grant is here. Bit of a reach out because we are picking.
Okay, let's see. He might be there for one of those later picks. So
in the mock draft I did earlier, I got him at 75, and I got a decent rank for him there. So that's the only reason I keep banging the drum, Nadgy. So I think
fair enough.
our new guest. I think his translator's broken because there's nowhere Lee Gowland and beautiful athletic have been mentioned in the same sentence, Lee. As much whatever you drinking strong, son, that's all I'm going to say.
In which case, who's available at defensive tackle?
Defensive tackle. D-line. Norman Lott, 79 ranked. I think that's probably the pick.
I would go with that. I'll go for Norman Lott.
Are you happy with that, Paul?
Yeah,
I am happy with that. Ty Alston was agreeing with me, but Gareth Marshall.
But we've a
lot.
And
And
there we go.
I
But
feel like
Grant
we could get him
should
in
be there for the
96.
next
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy, chaps. Is Scatterbo still available? Because Chris would want to see the camp battles. That's the question.
I think
Nadgy.
Scatterbo just went.
Oh, did he?
Was he 2 picks before?
It's all right. Nadgy got his original crush. He's looking for him now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. Unfortunately.
Oh,
The dream is
I
over.
mean,
okay.
as
O-line.
much as I love
O-line.
this hype, Ashton Genty is, anyway. All right, we're at pick 96. Shall we have a look, see if Grant is still here? He's still here.
there. I take him. He's Paul's boy. He's Paul's pick.
Okay,
You know,
let's do it.
he was on the list that I've just ripped up.
He's on my need. He's on my needs.
So, do we want Charles Grant or do we want Marcus Embo, who's ranked a bit higher? But I'm happy going Charles Grant. Let's go Charles Grant. Done.
No,
More City trading from the Jets.
No. Eagles seem desperate to give us all their picks.
I know, yeah. All right.
They want 98.
We are picking again.
So let's see. We got running back. We got edge. We got D line. We got interior. I want more on the defensive line.
Okay.
I would like another
I'm just going
defensive
to
tackle.
quickly glance at where the cornerback situation is, just because I do feel like we need a cornerback. I
I'm
really
happy to
like Kobe
take
Bryant.
one later.
Okay. I quite like Kobe Bryant. I think he's a good player. Not sure about the other two, 3 before him. All right. So more D line.
Is he there? Costas is.
Do we make Costas very happy? He hasn't put a super chat in yet, Gareth. I mean, if Costas wants us to pick Harold, it's going to cost him a super chat at this point.
He's here.
He's defensive tackle, isn't he?
No, I think
it's not
it's tight.
He's a tight end. He's a tight
What am I
end.
thinking of?
If you're looking at cornerback, Michael has said Parrish
Okay.
would be a decent pick here.
Fair enough.
Lendog is saying Parrish as well. So, I mean, to
Ooh,
be fair,
Parrish
Nadgy,
the
you are
dog.
looking
Okay.
at addressing a position of need. So,
I
be happy
think
with that.
let's do
Who is the top ranked player currently available? Go back
the
to
top
Wall.
ranked player.
Just to
is
see who's
Harold
left.
Fanning Jr.
Because that seems
I
pretty
tell you
good
what,
at
I feel
76.
like we could get Parrish at 100. So
Yeah.
let's get tight end. We do need tight ends.
Go on. Go for that.
Done it.
There you go, Costas. We've got your boy.
We got your boy.
That's all next year. No.
That's so terrible. No, thank you. And Parrish is still there. Joshua Farmer is still there too.
Apparently, Parrish is John Chapman's guy. So,
Is he?
Easy. There we go. I want another D line.
You do want another D line.
We
Okay.
need them. We let half the D line walk.
That's true. And we have pick 2. So
Well, sorry, a defensive tackle because we need an edge and 2 defensive tackles. I've got on my list.
Shall we pick Joshua
Red
Farmer?
Jet Shell. We were just teasing Gowland, but we do appreciate the love. You were on last week on the live. I had a blast
show,
as
by the way.
always. Thank you.
Great
Nadgy.
show. I mean, I feel like the pick is Farmer here because we're 100.
Yeah,
We can try and get Parrish. Maybe Parrish will be
Let's go
available
with
at
that.
134. Or
I think
maybe
Farmer.
we can package
he sounds like a defensive lineman,
Joshua
and
Farmer.
that's
Yeah,
that's important.
let's do it. I've done it. B+.
Yeah.
Oh my god, terrible. All right, so do we want to try and trade back up a bit then? And
How many picks have we got left? Because I lost track of how many we fleeced out of the
We've
Eagles
got loads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more.
there. 8
which
more.
is
And
ridiculous.
how many players have we taken? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, 14 sounds a bit
14
much.
players seems like a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like we could package 134 and 138 to get back up here and pick what's available. Chris Paul Jr.
Oh, I do like Chris Paul Jr. He was on
I
my
like Chris
list.
Paul Jr.
Mm.
too. We do
What
lead
pick
linebacker.
are we at here? 134. So he went at 100 in the mock draft I did earlier, and it was ranked quite high. That so he is a
Okay,
name
so
I've got on there.
I'll tell you what. Let's try and trade 2 New Orleans spots here at 112 and see if we can get that pick.
Denver have got a
All
lot.
right.
It's finding
we-
someone who hasn't got that much left, isn't it?
Not enough. Okay, just that one. 1-for-1 trade not allowed. Do you want a 2/5?
Yeah, we'll just chuck something in.
2/7?
A lot of people are saying
Yeah.
Chris Paul. The chat is speaking. Ty Alston,
Okay.
Luke
I'm
Walsh.
just trying to find value here.
Mm.
138, and we can't take more picks. Here, those two.
Okay, well, get them to chuck something back in. 164.
My God. No, that's too many picks. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, there we go. But that's well,
I don't like
Look
this.
what happens when Lee leaves us 3 in charge of his baby.
I like that trade. We want to get back to 112, and we did.
Okay. That's so many. All right, let's do it.
We
We've
can
got
sort
so
those
many
out
picks.
later. We can sort those out later.
All right, we're picking, and who are we picking?
Chris Paul.
Chris
Is he
Paul.
still there?
It should be. What position does he play? I forgot.
He's a linebacker.
Linebacker. There he is.
Yeah.
Draft.
Yeah.
Done.
Good.
All right. All right. So we pick 131 next.
We need a wide receiver or a corner, I think. And I
Has
think
Corby gone? Has Corby Bryant
Nope.
gone?
No,
I think
not
Kobe
getting that
Bryant
from the
is probably
Panthers.
gone. No. Okay. All right. There's a Burke still available. That's insane. Deon Walker, nice player too.
Just
Well,
want to
maybe
clarify
take
something
Burke
for the
then.
chat as well, Nadgy, just while we're chatting there. The
Ooh,
cat
let's
is out of
try
the bag.
Burke.
Costas is really Lee Gowland. It is Lee's attempt at being funny, chap. So the people in the chat, I think, we're getting confused at the in jokes. I just wanted to put it out there that it is really Lee.
There is the there's the Stanford wide receiver that I've heard. I think we might well have missed him.
We might have missed it.
That people were talking about. I think he was maybe 3rd or 4th round pick, perhaps.
Yeah. All right.
What was his name? It was like Eric, but not Eric. Anyway, I should have done. Should have written that down.
You should have had your
we got
list.
so many picks.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
My list went because you didn't
But
go on my boy.
you can't cast the net wide. Corner or wide receiver, you two can fight it out amongst yourself.
Corner was all right. I
But I think this is a good spot.
I think Desmond Burke is the pick here.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll trust your judgment on that. I was going to say Corby Bryant's there, but Burke is rated higher.
Kobe Bryant is there, to be fair.
Kobe Bryant might still be there at 147.
Oh,
Or
clever
we
thinking,
try and just move up from 147 a few spots.
We could
that.
do that.
We
We
try
could
and
do that.
move.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So,
Right, so who are we going to take a wide receiver then instead?
I mean, I like Restrepo. I think he's pretty good. He made Cam Ward look pretty good. Not that Cam Ward is bad, but yeah. We have
Yeah,
had
I'm happy
somebody
to
from
go with
the-
your choice.
some from the U for a while too. So let's do it. Let's do
Let's do it.
this. Let's pause it. Let's try and trade with KC. Oh, they took Burke. The bastards. Okay. The ball. All right. Let's do KC. We need to shave some pits. What?
So what are we
Kansas.
looking at? We want to get to about 140, do we?
They're at 133. Let's do it. And it's just here. Not enough. Okay.
Dolphins at 135.
Give us there we go. Oh, come on. There we go. We're taking next year's pick. All right, we're picking. Who are we picking?
So where are we at now? Pick
Cool.
1,
Kobe
3, 3.
Bryant. That's who we came
133.
up for.
That's true.
And we
Yeah,
we still need corner.
Yeah,
So
let's
I'm
take
happy. I'm happy with Bryant. It's a bit
There we go.
early, but
All right.
Hey, it's a B plus.
One,
It's not.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Let's see
7
what we
picks
got.
left. Oh my god.
We need a bit more on the O line,
Okay.
and I probably want to move up if we can. What pick are
Logan
we
Brown.
on now?
Okay. We're 1/7.
Is
No,
this
we need-
correct?
we're
Do we have
picking-
8 picks to go? Apparently.
Let's bundle them up. I want
We
to see
have
what's available
so
left on the
many
O line.
We have so many picks. All right. Let's jump. Let's just take this. spot first of all.
Tennessee are a building team. See what they might offer for that pick they've
All
got
right.
coming up.
Tennessee.
See, they
Oh
haven't
my
got
god,
that
we've got
much.
so many picks. All right, we want this one. We're happy to give all of these. That's not
Well,
enough, apparently.
No. Well, give them 184 and probably, well,
Oh, so close. There we
yeah,
go.
there you
There
go.
we go. Shaving picks. Boom.
That'll do it.
All right. No, we're not trading for next year. Maybe we should have, but
Nah.
all right.
I
So
said
do you know
we
when you
might
were said
attack
you were
next
running
year,
late, Nadgy?
so-
Were you watching Draft Day? Are you channeling your any Sonny Weaver Jr. here with the up and down?
That's pretty much it.
We took interior O line, didn't we, rather than tackle?
Yeah, we
True.
did.
I think we could do with a tackle project.
Tackle project. Where are they?
Yeah.
Where are they? OT.
OT down at the
All right.
bottom.
Logan Brown, Kansas. Jalen Rivers, Miami. Cornelius out of Oregon. Actually, a pretty decent player, I think.
Do you want your Oregon boy? You need to get an
Come on,
Oregon
let's go. Yeah, let's get
Oregon
let's
lad
get a
in. Let's
duck.
get him in.
I think Lee would approve of the Oregon pick just from the chat. I think Lee would
He does
definitely
love
approve of that.
Oregon. He's always said
Yeah,
how
he's a
much
big fan of
he
Oregon.
respects.
All right, we got
them
1,
completely.
2, 3, 4, 7th round pick. Let's try and find. I think we should try and find a QB in the 7th. Maybe a wide receiver and a linebacker.
We've got
Cute.
line. We've got wide receiver, haven't we? And we've taken tight end.
No, we have taken
but-
linebacker as well. God, this
Oh,
draft is amazing.
I think we need.
haven't- yeah.
I think we need another edge.
Another edge.
We need
Edge.
an edge project.
Tyler Barron. Edge open.
We're
All
into
these
we're
names
into the
are
part of the draft where I generally pick on name alone.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Name our college.
Oh, come on, Kamon Rucker. He sounds like an edge rusher, doesn't he?
He does actually.
Well,
He
he might be
does.
there a bit later, but that sounds.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
Gareth-
we're at 227.
You know, he sounds scary in a way that Colin Oliver doesn't.
So Red Jet Shell says it's like we're picking players for the kickball squad because we've got that many picks.
Yeah, that's true.
So what pick are we on now? 227.
227.
So have
You know,
we taken a step?
nobody's a reach by this stage.
No,
Have we-
that's true.
So
I
get
like
me
your
my
idea.
edge rusher. Get me Kamon Rucker.
Cayman
no matter
Rocker
what.
it is. That's a C plus. Oh my god, worst grade so far.
Well,
All
yeah,
right.
but what great? Just
I know. That's true. All right, we're picking.
We've got the pick of who's left. A quarterback then.
Let's pick a quarterback. Oh my
Mac
god.
Jones needs a backup, doesn't he? Because the car,
There is nothing left. I don't like any of these.
What about safety? Just at this late stage, should we have a little look?
Yeah, it's one thing we haven't got, but that's because
Oh wait.
we seem to
Brady Cook
sign.
is here. Sorry, I didn't scroll
Ah.
properly. KJ
Brady at
Pickett,
QB for the 49ers. We ever heard that before, Nadgy?
Brady Cook. You know, Brady Cook has a bit of a Ty. You might people that watch college, you might agree with me or not on this, but he has a bit of a Purdy feel to him. He could turn out to be a really, really good QB.
Mm.
But he could also be completely terrible. I think it's kind of in between. Brosma. I don't think I've
Max Brosma,
watched him
Minnesota.
play ever. Out of Minnesota. I don't think I've watched Minnesota play at all this year. Interesting. That would have to be I don't know. I have no idea about him at all.
I'm happy to
I've
go
watched
with
Cook
Cook.
play.
I'm happy to go if you've watched him. And at this late stage of the draft, I'm happy.
I mean,
for you.
he's obviously not great. Otherwise, he would be gone already. But he has the experience. He's been playing for a while at Mizzou, and I don't know. See, let's have a look at safety. Maybe there's a name that jerks our interest a bit more. Nope.
Nope. I
Ooh.
like that.
Ooh, Should we get some?
Hang on. Connor? Yep, Colorado's still there, Connor.
We could get the other one from Dion
Go on.
Son. I
Mm.
mean,
Prime time.
that's a good pick, probably, right?
Go on. We still got 3 picks left.
I
For
think
those
so.
people at home watching,
Yeah.
Connor Ryan is Colorado's biggest fan, and he hasn't been happy with some of Nadgy's gentle banter in the Discord group. So for Nadgy to now be taking a Colorado player is quite funny. So I'm happy.
I think Shiloh Sanders is actually he's a good player, and you'll know he'll be coached and prepped well enough to probably make an impact. I don't see him not being a good pro with the family he has. You know, that's just kind of like,
Yeah, just do it. Go on.
let's do it. Let's
Do
just pick and done. See,
Still got to see.
still we'll see. All right, we
Are
got
we
the
going to
next
look
two
at
picks.
Are we going to look at punters and kickers?
Let's look
No.
at punters. No, I mean, oh, Borregalis.
Go back to your QBs. See who your QBs
that's
are
your
still
QBs.
left there.
Well, Brosner is still here.
Oh,
We could pick
Brosner
him.
and Cook are still there. Which
Alright.
one would
Take
you
one.
go with?
Take one.
Take one. Go on.
Which one? Which one? You choose,
I'd-
Paul. Go on.
Go with Brady Cook. Go on.
Brady Cook it is. All right, we are still on the clock for our last pick.
Oh,
Shall
look
we
at
try-
that. A B.
Oh, a B. Very nice. Very nice.
Mm.
Shall we try and trade back to Mr. Irrelevant?
Yeah. Go on. Yeah. See if we can get someone to.
Who's picking last?
Hang on. They offering us 253 to 2 and 254.
No.
Oh,
That's
no.
what they've got left. And
Oh, I see.
it's
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Who's picking last? If you could tell me, that would be great.
Yeah, I can tell you. I've got the list. I think it's Kansas.
Oh, is that the
It is.
257?
It is the Kansas City Chiefs at 257.
257.
So Lendog is not a fan of our late punt, but you know, all
we
in
won't be
all
able
in,
to.
yeah.
We only have one pick. We won't be able to. Oh well.
So
Oh,
is
of course.
this
Well, yeah, unless we do next year's.
is this where we're just picking someone that we like on the name only? Is
Yes,
this where you find the
that's-
worst name
the-
possible that I can't pronounce?
That's a great
This-
idea. I like that.
This is where I would go for the highest value positions. Like, yeah, you take an edge rusher or maybe a wide receiver, or
Yeah.
just because
Uh,
if it's a crapshoot, and if one of these guys turns out to be great, then they're even better.
All right. So these are the wide receivers available. I can't say that I know any of them. Theo Wees actually. Yeah.
Kanata Mumpfield, that's a name.
Kanata
That is
Mumpfield. So you're going for name. So I mean, we could pick him.
Efton Chisholm, the third.
Yeah.
I don't recognise the logo. Was that Eastern Washington?
Yeah.
Nah, he's
I
probably
thought
a
you were
Seahawks fan.
going for an edge. I thought you said you were
Edge.
going for
Edge,
an
Let's
edge.
have a look at.
yeah,
Let's have a look
yeah,
at Edge.
Hang on, he's rated 207.
Yeah, we
He's
could
still
take him.
there.
Tyler
Take
Batty
him.
out of BYU, which
Yeah, I'm gonna
makes Brad
say.
happy.
Yeah, let's do that.
Tyler's there. Tyler's Tyrians.
Let's just go Tyler Batty. I'm sorry.
Tyler
it.
Batty it is.
Do it.
There we go.
I can say that name. So if he's a good pick, yeah. So our draft is complete, people. 27 picks later, and here we are.
We have picked so many. This is
Can we
crazy.
can we save that anywhere and share it?
Yeah. I'm
And-
gonna save all this. And
Do we get any future picks as well out of that? Because
we did. I think we got a round 5 2026. I think we gave some back to.
Yeah, or maybe we did.
So Luke is impressed with the draft,
Yeah.
and
But
Bieber.
let's go through it. Let's see what we've got. Ashton Genty at 13. That
I mean-
that could be a franchise changer. It's not likely to happen, is it?
That is just ridiculous. At 13, Ashton, This is one of those things where, if this was happen, I would just buy a jersey straight away. There's just
Yeah.
no
I think
chance.
Scouten and Norman Lott.
Scouten.
I'm happy with those two.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting
Hmm?
though when you get to this stage of the year and you do all these mock drafts and you do the preparation, and then we went
Yeah.
live tonight and Nadgy straight away, all your prep was out of the window.
Out the
'cause
window.
Genty was there, and we traded back, and he was still there. So loophole.
I actually really like this draft. I know. I mean,
Mm.
Genty is. It's just not going to happen. Like, no one's going to pass on him. There's no
Well,
way.
I don't know.
No way.
Other than a
No
mock
chance.
draft, I rarely think there's very few running backs who are worth a first round pick. He might be. He
No,
might
he
be.
is.
But
He is 100%.
I think there's very few.
Yeah, he's
Did you,
definitely is.
So your Scatterbow, you didn't get your name, Nadgy.
I know, but when you have Genty, unfortunately,
You're happy with that.
Cam Scadaboo is.
What was your
I mean,
name?
he was gone. It was gone.
Paul?
So mine was Derek Harmon. Was my name coming
no
into the
matter
draft.
what.
I've stayed consistent.
We could have had him. We could
Yeah.
have had him. I think we could have potentially kept trading back and get him at like 25 or something. Which I would be pretty happy with. I think Derek Harmon's good. Is a good player.
I had Will Campbell as well, but when I did a mock draft this afternoon, Gareth, he went at number 3. I was thinking, blooming heck, I don't think he'll go as high as that. So it's just strange because the noise coming out is that we want to trade back. So that's why we've entertained those trade offers. And I think, as you said, Nadgy, when the players start falling down the board and you actually get into it, I think you will see some movement.
Funny old draft. I'm very pleased to see that I hit what is on my list, which is
very good.
2 defensive tackles, a defensive end, and an interior O-line in the top 100 picks. Because they are day one starters, and we got a running back and tight end in the top 100 picks to go with those 2 as well.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, Gareth,
I'm happy with that.
I got Charles Grant, Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant, so they were my later round picks, but my name was Harmon. But like you said, I think between the 3 of us, it flowed quite well tonight. No offense, Lee.
I just look back at the draft. I think if we could draft that, I mean, there's so many picks, it's ridiculous. But like Chris Paul Jr. could actually be an impactful player. You know, kind of year 1 special team, which hopefully is going to move in the right direction. Right, we've seen some changes.
I mean, we've got some picks there for next year, effectively.
Yeah, and Cameron Rocker, Tyler Batty, all those players might just make the chief on special team, and they might just also contribute a little bit here and there. But yeah, I mean, if we could get Genty and Fanning Jr., and I think we would be really happy.
What we'll do, obviously, Nadgy, if you screenshot that and send that to me, and then for those people who didn't watch live, now before we finish off, it is the draft this week. And Gareth, when I was doing some preparation, it looks as if the Niners have spent a lot of time with the edge prospects. So the most interviews have been edge, offensive tackle, defensive tackle, cornerback. So I don't know whether that means it's a smoke screen. They're going to go left field like we did. What do you reckon, Nadgy? Do you think they're going to go edge at number 11? Or do you think that it's kind of...
It's so hard to say, isn't it? Because what if something like today just happened and Tyler Warren and Ashton Genty are available at this play? It's just... You don't know until you're in the draft. The only people that can really actually put the work in to know who they're going to pick is the Titans at number 1. Anybody else just kind of has to play with the flow. I think that's what makes the draft so interesting and fun. You have your target. You put your name like we just did. They probably do a million of those, but then things happen, and you're like, oh wait, we just got this call to trade back, and we get 3 first round next year. Let's just do it. And then your entire dynamic changes and what you're going to do. So I don't know. It's so hard to predict.
Our problem is going to be, I think we want to trade back, but I don't know if the board will fall in a way that anyone really wants to trade up. Because I think there's a lot of people in the same position. And I think there's a lot of people looking for the value between 15 and 25. Maybe where I think they've said that there's a lot of picks who could go in that kind of range, but there's not that many special players out of the top 5 picks or so that people are going to want to trade up, unless, of course, one of these quarterbacks falls or somebody does something strange, like wants to give us pick 11 for someone like Jackson Dart, who's perhaps not considered a top 10, top 15 pick. So we don't know. Somebody might fall in love with him. So
Yeah, I mean, it's
sure.
a strange one. Like you said, there's no noise coming out. Some of the teams sometimes try to tempt those teams to trade up, and I haven't seen any of that on social media. I have seen this name bandied about Nadgy before we finish off. So I think Wayne Breezy is high on Will Johnson being a 49ers pick at whatever stage.
Okay.
And I think there's a lot of
I'm going with
consensus
that.
around that the top 100 players, what we need to hit quite high. I think we were saying, was it the other week when us three were chatting? We need what, 4 or 5 out of this year's draft realistically to come in and kind of hit the
We
ground
need
running.
that many
Yeah.
starters. We need, I think, three on the D line effectively, or in the rotation. Certainly, there's a spot at guard that needs to be filled. I think we probably need a tight end, and we probably need a wide receiver, and probably need a cornerback as well to be in taking snaps early in the season. So
Yeah.
if we how we want to call them starter, but guys who are going to be taking meaningful snaps early in the season.
Or guys that can challenge and raise the level of whoever's coming in, right? It's not so much sometimes about, oh, we draft this guy and he's going to start and he's going to be a good pro. It's also raising the entire level of the team and making people work harder, because at the end of the day, you're a rookie and you want to, prove that you belong in this league. But also there's some veterans on that team that say, oh, I can probably, if I just beat this rookie, I can probably get a spot on this thing and get a new contract, that's what it's all about. Healthy competition, getting some people that can actually contribute and become good pros is paramount to me. So that's why I think I'm quite happy with our draft, because all of these names have a chance to become pros that we will still see in 4 or 5 years with second contracts, etc. Or we can trade away, or they can leave in free agency and we can get something back for it. I think that's the dream, really, trying to find 5 or 6 guys, 4 or 5 of these guys that can contribute in whatever way to the team, not just come in and then disappear into oblivion. So
out of our picks, how many do you think we genuinely might get a chance at taking? Because I don't think we're going to get Genty. But
No,
I think,
don't think we're gonna
someone like Harold Fanning at around about 100, I could see Kyle going for that.
yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I think even
I
somebody
could
like
definitely
Restrepo
see
and
us. I think we visited, or we had Norman Lott on a visit, didn't we?
okay,
I think position
yeah.
and need. He seems to go in that sort of spot where we know we've got a pick. So
what I'll
I could see
do,
us taking him.
We
what I'll
picked
do,
so
Gareth,
many. It's
yeah, we did
Well,
pick
yeah.
that many. I mean, to cross-reference it, Steph Sanchez has compiled the list of every player the Niners has met with. So if I get a bit of time tomorrow, I might cross-reference who we picked and see if we've met with them. And it's interesting, isn't it? Like this, we're in draft week now, and there's all the talk. I mean, I heard a couple of content creators talk about, is Trent Williams going to retire like what Joe Staley did, and the team keeping it quiet, and then is that going to happen after the draft? And
I thought John said he was ready to go and
Yeah,
he
he
wanted
said
to
he was.
play.
I did see that as well, Nadgy, but I think remember back to Joe Staley, the team didn't say anything, but the team knew internally, and it's all this talk. You said you're in draft week now, and teams are kind of like wanting to see what the offers are, and
I don't think they came out and said Staley's definitely playing next year, and then turned around and said no, he's retired. Whereas they kind of have said that about Trent. So,
and Bebop's put there that obviously with KJ Wright, Salah, the war room is different this year.
Yeah.
I think Salah will have a big say on that.
And I think he picked, well, regardless of who was doing it, I think they picked reasonably well at the Jets, other than their free agent quarterback signing. But I think their draft they drafted reasonably well with Salah at the Jets. So it's good experience.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Wonderful.
Well, before we finish off, Red Jet Shell, once again, thank you very much for the super chat. It is much appreciated. It does show that everybody's had those notifications switched on, because as I said to Gareth off air, Nadgy, bit of mix up. I thought I was going to be a guest on Brad Graham's show. 2 minutes before the time, he sent me a message. He jumped on our channel, so that was great. Red Jet was on last week. And the next time that I speak to you, lovely people, the Niners will have drafted their next future Hall of Famers. How does that sound?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Are you guys going to stay up and watch it?
I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be a really dull draft. and it's just going to play out, and that we're not going to get any sort of massive moves, or somebody might go up 2 or 3 spots here and there, but I think it's going to be a quiet night, I think, in terms of excitement.
So as Tracy is watching the show, as she does every week, Nadgy, and we're going away on Wednesday night, the official answer to that is no, I'm not staying up and I'm not watching the draft. However, I am off work. There may be time for me to check on my phone, but we'll give a cheeky plug to Sarah and the 49er Faithful UK, who will be doing the live Zoom call. So if you're in the Facebook group, if you're in the Discord group, I believe the links have been shared. It's always good fun. Warning.
You need to register. You need
to register. Yeah, I was going to say the one to register. El Presidente is aiming to join, but he will be live from the Candlestick Inn with Brett Sinclair. And as it's a 1 a.m. UK start time.
Yeah, no, it's definitely an 18 plus after dark type of
straight after dark
event.
Yeah.
If Scatterbo goes to the Chargers,
oh my!
Please don't leave us, Nadgy. Please don't leave us, buddy. I promise you it'll be okay.
If we have Genty, I'll be happy. It's all good.
No, Scatterbo's going to go to the Seahawks in the second round.
Oh my God, if that happens, it would be horrible. Oh well, I mean, there's a 31 chance that he goes somewhere else.
Yeah.
So we won't be live on Wednesday, as I'm aware. I don't know what the plan is for next week, but we will definitely be having a show, because we're going to have to obviously look at the draft and look at everything.
Monday,
I don't know whether,
maybe Monday.
Yeah,
so,
but I don't know whether it'll be a live show.
We're probably going to have to do both, because we're going to have a lot to talk about. With all the UDFAs and all that, we need to do deep dives, because we know we're big on those as well, and they do matter. So, there we go. That was fun. I like doing this. And this website is pretty good. It's all free. There's a bit of advert if you don't have an ad blocker, but it's pretty good. Trading seems fairly okay. It's not too crazy. You can rerun it a few times, and things will happen. It's kind of fun.
I've in the 10-15 mocks that I've done, I've never seen Genty fall.
No, me neither. That was
never
crazy.
seen him fall below about 6 or
and
8.
I'd done one just before coming on when I was earlier on my phone, and he didn't either. So, but Tyler Warren was.
But it's funny, isn't it, that if the one team that needs him doesn't go in that direction, it knocks the whole rest of the draft out of line.
That's right. That's right.
So for those of you that watch the movie draft day, obviously, please let us know. It has been a blast. Keep those notifications switched on. No matter what.
There it is.
No matter what.
And to be fair, Nadgy, what he was trying to say, everybody, is mock draft responsibly. We know there's a lot of time between now and the draft starting, but it has been all good fun. All that usual jazz, like, subscribe, tell all your friends about us. Is there anything else left to say, chaps?
No.
Looking forward to it.
Draft week.
It's going to be a good draft, I think.
Yeah, because after that...
And it's going to be a surprise that we never fail to be surprised by the draft.
Yeah, and enjoy this, because after this we get schedule release, which is always a bit fun, especially for us over here if people are trying to plan to go abroad. And then after that, there's nothing. It's just camp and all that. It's a lot of absolutely nothing for a couple of months. So enjoy it. It's football, kind of.
Well, to be fair, we've got a few guests lined up for the off season, because as we always do, we bring the content. But as we've been saying for the last few weeks, Faithful, trust the process and happy draft week.
Go Niners.
Go Niners.
We love the San Francisco 49ers deep in the heart. Like Joe Montana in the corner, G. Clark, Garrison Hurst, Stiff Farm going 90.